So here, suppose if I want to display your age is not 18, so you cannot vote now. So directly I can't write this print statement inside this if block, because here we are writing the positive sentences, okay, or we are doing only the operation if the condition is true. So if age is greater than 18 or equal to 18, I can't say that your age is not 18, you can't vote, right? So in order to display, or in order to tell the person that if they are not above 18 or equal to 18, we need to use one more if statement. Now let us save this program and run using the F5 key from the keyboard. This time I would like to enter the age which is less than 18, say for example 17. So now this if block will not execute. Okay, inside a program we may write several if and any other control flow blocks, okay. So the condition will become false and this if else block, if block will not execute, and it will execute this condition, that is your age is not 18, you can't vote now, because age is less than 18 becomes true. So look at here. So up to till the program has run, and here the control flow has been checked and the condition became false, and here again the control flow checked for the condition for this if statement. So this condition became true, so it has executed your age is not 18, so you can't vote now. So because the age is 17, if I write this condition inside the interpreter and execute, we will get true, right? Because 17 is lesser than 18, hence this condition becomes true and this print statement will be executed. This condition becomes false. So look at here, the condition became false. So let us see one more example to illustrate how the if statement works. So in this program we are using division operation, okay. So we are performing the division operation. So in order to perform the division operation, we know that we need a dividend and divisor, so that it will result either remainder or quotient based on the type of the division operator we use. So these statements, these code statements will get two numbers, one for dividend and one for divisor, and this print statement will display the instruction for the user, okay. And after getting the two numbers, one is divided and another one is for divisor. We need to check. So if the user enters 0, we cannot divide, right? So that is the only possible error with respect to division. We have seen this 0 division error previously. So here that is the major condition. If divisor is not equal to 0, it should be not equal to 0. If it is 0, then we cannot divide. Okay, error will be displayed. So this is the condition. Divisor, if it is not equal to 0, then do the division operation. So here inside the print statement I have done the division operation, that is dividend by divisor, and then I am displaying the result using dividend as an variable and divisor as an variable with the dividing operator, and I am assigning this the evaluation of dividend by divisor to this expression. Okay, so let us uncomment this section for the time being. So in order to uncomment this, in order to comment this block of code, select the region and then press Alt and 3. Alt and then press 3. So now the selected region became commented one. So where you can see this command, so go to format option inside this Python editor. So here, okay, in the format option, and here you can see the shortcut keys to perform different operation. So to format paragraph, Alt Q, indent region, Control plus, closing square bracket, dedent region, Control plus, opening square bracket, and comment out region, Alt plus 3, and uncomment, Alt plus 4. Now let us execute this program. So the commented program or the commented code block will not be executed. Okay, so it will be ignored by the Python interpreter. Let us run the Python code using either run option inside the editor or by using the F5 key. Let us press F5 key. Yes, okay. Yeah. So we need to enter the first number to divide. Okay. So this is nothing but dividend. So we need to enter larger number, say for example 10, and divisor, for example 3 or 7. So 10 by 7, regular division. So if we use floor division instead of the regular division, let us see what happens. Let us run this code by pressing F5. Let us enter the same numbers 10 and 7. So we got 1 So here 1.428 has been rounded to 1. So means the quotient has been rounded to 1. Suppose if we use percentage instead of the regular and floor division, it is called as a modulus division operator. Let us run the code again. Let us again the same numbers 10 and 7. So here we got the remainder 3. 10 minus 3 10 minus 7 is nothing but 3, because 10 cannot be divided by 7 fully. So we are getting the remainder as 3. Let us comment out this program, this code, using Alt plus 3, and uncomment this region using Alt plus 4. This is an alternative division. So here once again dividend divisor, and here instead of writing the division operation inside the print statement, here I am writing the division operation as a separate statement inside the if block. That is quotient is equal to dividend divided by divisor, and then I am displaying this quotient inside the print statement, and also writing one more print statement outside the if block, displaying that program has been finished. Okay, let us run this. So let us enter the same numbers 10 and 7. So look at here, this time we have printed the statement which is outside the if block. Okay, so this print statement will be displayed irrespective of the condition inside the if block, whether if it is true or not, because it is out of the if block. Only this quotient and print statement which are inside the if block, but not the print statement. Okay, print statement is not this print statement. Program finished is not the part of this if block. So you can see the indentation level. This if, beginning of the if, and this print statement both are at the same level. So if this print statement has to be a part of this if block, it should be under if block like this. Just cut this and enter here. So now program finished. This print statement becomes the part of this if block. Let us save this and run the program. So it has displayed the result, program finished. Okay, suppose if I enter 0 for divisor, then that time this print statement will not be executed, because now this is a part of the if block. So once the condition becomes false, this statement will not be executed. Okay, let us see by pressing F5. Let us enter 10, and this time I am entering 0 as divisor. Okay, So now look at here, the condition became false. So once the condition becomes false, this print statement which is inside the if block has also not been executed. Okay, these entire three statements will not be executed because of the false condition. So this is how we can divide any two numbers using the if statement if they are positive and greater than 0. Python requires black to be indented. If the block contains just one statement, some programmers will place it on the same line as if. For example, here if I write the if statement, if x is less than 10, then assign y is equal to x. So assign this value of x to the variable y. So this if statement can be written like this with a single statement. Like if x is less than 10, y is equal to x. So look at here, if this condition becomes true, that means if x is less than 10, in front of that we are writing the statement of the if block. So here you can see if x is less than 10, we are writing the statement y is equal to x in front of this if condition. But we cannot write this like if x is less than 10, y is equal to x, means outside the if block. So if you write outside the if block, then this statement will not assign x to the variable y. So let us see here. Let us comment this using alt and then 3. Let us take two values, x is equal to, say for example 8, and write if x is less than 10, y is equal to x, and then outside the if block let us print x is equal to, sorry, y value, y is equal to y. And let us save this and run the code. So look at here, 8 has been assigned to y, and we are displaying that variable because 8 is less than 10. So the same if statement can be written like this, as I shown here. If x is less than 10, then display or assign y is equal to x. So look at the cursor. Now it is not making any indentation after pressing the enter. The cursor is directly coming to the initial position or the starting position of the line editor. Okay, so this is how we can write if you have a single expression or single statement to do a specific operation using the if statement. Comment and sorry. So now let us keep x is equal to 8 and run this code by pressing F5. So here y has been assigned to x has been assigned to y, but we are not displaying it. So just print this outside the if block. So we got once again the same result. So this is how this expression works. And as I told you that we cannot write outside the if condition. Suppose if I try to write this line outside the if statement, and if I run this code, I may get an error, expected an indented block after if statement on line 33. So this if block should not be empty. Okay, so here there is no block. So here is the block of code y is equal to x after this if statement. Here there is no block because there is no proper indentation. So this statement y is equal to x now will not become the part of this if statement. Okay, this print statement is also the not the part of this if statement. So hence we are getting an error. So the block should not be an empty. Okay, so for that reason, in order to make an empty block, or in order to just pass this if statement without any operation, we need to use the word pass. Now pass is placed inside the if block by maintaining the indentation level, that is standard 4 space. It is just an expression. Pass is just an expression used to represent the state of the control flow. So here the control flow is nothing but if. So the pass statement is also indicates that there is no operation. So something has to be done. Wait for that time. Okay, so it indicates that something has to be done in future. So until then, you wait for and expect some code or some line of code. So now if I save and run this code, this time we won't get any error because we are placing pause. We talk about this pause uh, later in this course. Okay, now let us run using F5. So look at here, we have got y is equal to x and we are displaying y using the print statement. So now y is equal to x and print are executed because we are using the pause inside the if block. And the other important things to know about the Boolean expressions and if statement are, if you use the if statement, and if you write 1, just 1 in front of the if statement, and if we try to print some statement just by using 1 without any condition, then let us see what happens. So look at here. Here there is no condition. We are just using integer 1 in front of the if statement. So here what we can say is, as a convenience to programmers, Python's notion of true and false statements, that is true and false statements, extends beyond what we ordinarily would consider as a Boolean expression. Okay, as a Boolean expression means if you use 1 in front of the control flow, or for example here the if statement, this will be treated as true always. Okay, in control flow. So here you can see, so if 1 print 1 means the condition becomes true, and then this print statement will be executed. Suppose if I write if 0 and if I try to print some statement inside the if block, let us see what happens. So we are not getting any output. So because if we use 0 in front of the if statement, this will be treated as a false condition always. Okay, and never prints anything. So as a concluding remark, here we can say Python considers the integer value 0 to be false and treats every other integer value, whether it may be a positive or negative, to be true. Let us use the negative number like -3, whatever may be the number, and try to print is -3. Yes, it is printing, because -3 is also considered as the true condition. So as per Python rule about the control flows, other than 0, if the value is positive or negative, then the values will be treated as an true for the control flow. So here -3 is in front of the if statement, so it will be treated as an true. Okay. And 0 will be treated as an false always. Okay. And floating point value 0.00 will be treated as an false also. Okay. For example, 0.0, not exactly 0. So look at here, 0.00 is treated as an false condition. If I check the type of this 0.0, it is of type float, but in control flow, this floating point 0.0 is also treated as a false condition in front of this if statement. Another important thing is the non-empty string is considered as true, whereas the empty string is considered as false. What is empty string? So if we do not write anything inside the single inverted comma or double inverted comma, it will be treated as an empty string. For example, so look at here, one single inverted comma and another single inverted comma. Let us try to print. This is a string, an empty string. Look at here, an empty string is treated as an false in front of the if statement, means as false condition. Suppose if we use the non-empty string, for example, this is the non-empty string. Let us see what happens. As I told you earlier, it will be treated as an true. Okay. Yes, the non-empty string in front of the if statement or control flow will be treated as an true or true condition. So it means that any Python expression can serve as the condition for an if statement.